Hello, welcome to another Dynamic Do-It-Yourself video. And today I'm going to review a book. And this is going to be another series on this channel where I will review certain books that I think that maybe you, my audience, might find helpful for your do-it-yourself adventures. This particular book I picked up at one of the few bookstores left, and this one is called The Portable Essential Oils. I have several, and it's by Ann Kennedy. I have several books on essential oils and aromatherapy and massage therapy and so on and so forth. I chose this book because it says it's portable. I don't think I will be carrying this around with me, but if you are a person who wants to carry a useful resource with you, this is it's a nice size here. You know, I don't think it will be too intrusive in a bag of any sort. This book, I don't recall exactly how much I paid for it, but if you do a Google search, look for shopping, you can probably find this hopefully reasonable, maybe get it used. Anyway, this book is set up in four different three sections. I say four, but this last section really isn't showing, it's not really set apart here. Anyway, part one, health and healing in your hands. Now, this particular section of the book, if I get to it, this is the first part. It gives you an overview, tells you what you need to know about essential oils, tells you where you might want to look to find them, what to look for. It really goes in depth with the origins of it. If you are really interested in the origin story of something that nowadays is considered new, this gives you a really very abbreviated history of essential oils. So if you are really into the beginnings of that natural world, there are other books that go more in depth. This talks about the benefits. Like I said, here's giving you a history. This history, as you can see, it's like one page, and it peppers in a little bit of information. Here we have the science of it all. You can see I have my book tabbed up a lot here, and I'm going to get rid of the dust cover because I really don't need this dust cover right now. But as you can see, I have my book marked up because I find different things in here that I think that's very useful. So anyway, it goes into the science, tells you where to shop for essential oils, marketing claims. This is very good. If you are new to essential oils, there's a lot that you need to understand. There's certain phrases that are being used to market these oils to you, but then, you know, not everything is as clear and straightforward as you would like it. Here's a little glossary. In the essential oil world, there are a lot of words that get thrown around, and if you don't know what it means, it's pretty much useless to you. Here it gives you all kind of really important information, from patch test to photosensitizing, neat. What does that mean when you read somewhere where it says use your essential oil neatly? Okay, so there's all kind of information here, and it's really simple. And as you go through it, it gives you an overview of these carrier oils, and if you notice, some of these oils are familiar as for cooking. You know, you have your avocado oil, you have your safflower oil, but there are other oils that are used in this world that helps you to use your essential oils more efficiently. Okay, and tells you different ways that you can use your essential oils. All right, so I like this part here because if you're new to essential oils, you could get caught up with your nose and say, oh, I love this smell, I love this scent, I love this scent, and just buy and just spend an enormous amount of money on just oils just because you like the way they smell. There's nothing wrong with that, but if you want to really go in deeper into what you can do with essential oils and in a lot of your do-it-yourself projects, here this book starts off with some must-haves, you know, to get you started, the beginner kit. If you go on certain websites, I'll use Amazon as an example, you'll see a lot of different vendors who will sell beginner kits. And so some of those beginner kits will have these, you know, eucalyptus, lavender, lemon, peppermint, chamomile, rosemary, and tea tree. And if you have been on my channel for any length of time, you have seen me use tea tree, peppermint, lemon, lavender, and eucalyptus. I haven't really used chamomile and rosemary yet, but those others, yes, I've used them a lot, and they're very versatile. If you are going to do it yourself and you're going to start this essential oil journey, you will need to know certain tools and equipment that will be beneficial for you in order to get started. I've always talked about the different types of jars that you need to keep things. Essential oils, it's no different from anything else. You need to have certain things on hand in order to do what you need to do. We have safety considerations and recommendations. So as you can see with part one, there's a lot of front matter there to get you started and understanding exactly what you're going to do, where you're going to get started, what you need, how to get it. Okay, baseline. Part two, I like part two because this really gets into the meat of things. Okay, ailments and remedies. The way this book is set up is that they're not trying to carry you along with a narrative that goes nowhere and then you end up bored and you just close up the book and say, okay, enough of that, I don't want to hear any more about it. It keeps it fairly short and it gets to this thick section right here, part two. Ailments and remedies. If I get back to the table of contents, you can see here in part two, it starts with abscess. Let's see, you can see that abscess, and it goes on from page 47 all the way to page 232 and ends with yeast infection. This book is not offering cures, and if you're using this book or any book like this to find a cure for something that you have, like leg cramps, migraines, you know, all these other wonderful, not really wonderful, but all these other ailments, this book is offering you possible remedies. And if you take a look at a lot of things in the store nowadays, a lot of over-the-counter medicine, they do list essential oils in exactly what they're in their ingredients. And you might not think about it. You might just see peppermint, you might see lavender, you might see chamomile, eucalyptus, camphor, whatever, and not realizing that what you're really using and what you're really buying are the essential oil properties mixed in with a bunch of other things that a lot of companies put together. This is great. It tells you here, basically gives you a key, so let you know if the remedy that they're giving you is aromatic, if it's going to be topical, if there's going to be, it's going to be used topically, I'm sorry, if it's going to cause photosensitivity, and the age. Most people, when they get into this natural do-it-yourself journey, they're thinking about the safety for their children, but there's one thing you need to understand with essential oils. Sometimes stronger oils, you want to keep it away from the younger children, okay? Because you know, there's a sensitivity there that you want to avoid. You don't want a child to end up with a rash when you're trying to help them with one of these ailments. So anyway, I'm going to move from abscess. I'm going to go into something that I think might be more useful. If you have a diffuser here, if you have allergies in the spring, summer, and fall, when there's a lot of things in the air, going from dander to, you know, the trees, flowers blooming, whatnot, you have allergies. Here you have a very simple diffusion mixture that you can use. If you have chamomile and eucalyptus, and if you remember what I showed you earlier, these are two of the major, well, not two of the major, excuse me. These are two of the oils that you will have in your beginner kit. And if you're having allergies, you just mix these two together, 3 drops each, put it in your diffuser, let it run, and you know, it'll give you some type of relief, you know. And I'm sure this will be much cheaper than just buying allergy medicine. But once again, if you have an ailment that needs, you know, if you have anxiety and you need to see a therapist, please see a therapist. Don't try to just treat yourself with a bergamot diffusion. But if you know yourself and you know what will help you, if you are anxious and you don't need a therapist couch, but you want to go ahead and give yourself a little peace of mind and be settled, here you go. So anyway, as you can take a look here, you see that that legend that they gave you is going to be really useful. Okay, so here we have bad breath, blackheads, body odor, just all kind of things. And just to let you know, once you start getting to essential oils, some essential oils are more expensive than others. The ones that were listed earlier are usually the most reasonable ones that you can purchase. But once you really get into this particular, these remedies, you will see some that, like here for jet lag, we have vetiver and ylang ylang, and making yourself a bedtime lotion. And these particular essential oils are costly because the way they get the oil and how many pounds of that plant matter they need in order to make that oil is going to go into the cost of that oil. So this is really good. This is very helpful, and it's, as you can see, it's in alphabetical order, so you can just go through here, look for what you need to look for, and get at it. All right, so enough of that section. I could be in this section all day long because I love this stuff. Look at this. For a sty, you know, the little bump that you get on your eye, all you need is 1 drop of lavender essential oil, and use it neatly. Once again, neat meaning without anything mixed with it. Such a simple remedy. Anyway, let's move on. Now we're going to get to the third part. Here we are. There's the third part. Part 3. Going back to the table of contents. See, part 3 is all about 50 essential oils in profile. Mind you, there are more than 50 essential oils out there. But they chose these 50, and these are most common, and the ones you can easily find using whichever vendor that you choose to use. And as I go through this, I was talking about lavender. Let's just look for lavender here. So as I'm going through here, I'm really interested in lavender. There you have the actual Latin name for lavender. You get information about where it comes from, what it blends well with. If you are into blending your different essential oils together, this gives you a nice little cheat sheet. Okay, so you can see it blends well with chamomile, eucalyptus, peppermint, rosemary, tea tree. Interesting enough, these are some of those basic ones that were revealed at the in part 1. If you don't have lavender, it'll let you know what you can substitute it with in a lot of those other remedies we're looking at. Here we have the precautions. Do not take this lightly. Okay, so I would suggest that before anyone really does get into essential oils, that they understand and learn what these essential oils do. You know, sometimes you go on the internet, you get a basic idea, and that basic idea is basic. And if you don't want to hurt yourself or your loved ones, you really need to look at this type of thing. In a lot of my recipes that I use, I say what the particular essential oil is used for. So here we have lavender as an analgesic, antiseptic, antiviral, bactericidal, decongestant, hypotensive, and a sedative. See, that's where we talk about how lavender is very nice for mellowing you out, mellowing out our pets. And it gives you this nice little part here that tells you what it's good for. So when you go shopping and you're looking for some essential oils, or you see one, if you see one and you say, wow, that's the one I need to have, and you have an ailment that you want to treat, this is very helpful for you. So I love this section. And it goes through 50. Now, this is the section that is technically not part 3. And when I was saying part 4, it's really not a part. It's also the back matter of this book. So we have here a glossary of medicinal properties. When I said something was an analgesic, and you were like, what does that mean? Here you go. Tell you what an analgesic is, right? Okay, and next, I love charts. I love charts. This is a quick reference guide back here. I think this is invaluable because instead of digging through part 2, looking for your ailment, here it gives you another cheat sheet. Okay, you have allergies, right? You look here. What can I use? What can you use? These are the main, according to this book, according to Ann Kennedy and her research, these are the essential oils that you can use if you have allergies. And over here, what is the method of application? You can use it in a bath, you can use it in inhalation, you can use it in vaporization, okay, which is the diffuser. So this is amazing. I love this chart so much. It's so easy to use. And codes, you know, right now, that's with the timing of this video, it's summertime, usually the cold time. The cold and flu is in the fall and going into winter. You know, so you can start stockpiling these things here, these wonderful essential oils, and figure out how you're going to address it. All right, you're going to use a bath, inhalation, massage, vaporization. It's amazing. I love this chart so much. Anyway, so that's pretty much where I'm really thrilled with this book. I think it's very useful. It doesn't replace any of the other books I own, but I love it for my collection. Okay, now this part at the back, essential oil brands. There's so much drama on the internet and on YouTube, and it's crazy because it's battle royale when it comes to essential oils. Everyone is making claims. Everyone wants your money. Everyone wants to be the one-stop shop for your essential oils. I can honestly say, for for someone who's been doing essential oils for a long time, there's no one-stop shop. You can have a one-stop shop if you want. You can look at these different brands and say, oh yeah, that's my brand. I'm going to just stick with them. Some people are very, they're very loyal to a brand. I think that could be a mistake. Right now, as I'm showing you this is really good. And what was her name again? Ann Kennedy. She did some research for you, and she told, she has some of these names like Young Living, Now Foods, Rocky Mountain Oil, Star West Botanicals, Mountain Rose Herbs, Native American Nutritionals, Eden's Garden, Heritage Essential Oils. I know you all can read. These are all very good, and I have bought essential oils from 3 of these brands. And there are some brands that I've bought essential oils from that are not on this list. But I've done my own research. I've looked up certain things, and I found that I'm happy with what I have. And now one of these is my all go-to. Okay. So anyway, let's use Eden's Garden for example here. Here it is, and it gives you a description of what they offer, where you can buy it, the reviews, and other information that she felt that will be relevant for you in order to buy. So like I said, this is nice. It's a great starter, but in my humble opinion, you go out there and you look for yourself. Use this as a jumping off point, and then enjoy your own journey. You will find some winners, you'll find some losers, but at least you know that this is exactly what you want, and you're happy with what you got. So anyway, that was my review of this book, The Portable Essential Oils, a pocket reference of everyday remedies for natural health and wellness by Ann Kennedy. And like I said, I bought this at a bookstore, standalone bookstore. I can't exactly remember how much I spent on it, but a quick little Google search and look around, and hopefully you can see this, and maybe this might be something worth looking into. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this segment, and until next time.